Holy shit! Dude, he lost it big time.
Right now, there are 5 seconds between you and a podium finish.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome once again to an episode of Racing Wednesday. I am Schu, and this time we are in Grid. I thought about doing Wreckfest again today because they put out a mod, like Bugbear themselves, THQ themselves put it out, where because it's wintertime, they added snow effects to all the tracks, and it looks pretty cool. It looks like it adds quite a bit of difficulty. But because I kept talking in different videos about Race Driver Grid, I thought, why not just jump in here and have a go? You'll notice just now I called it Race Driver Grid. The version that I have is just called Grid, but elsewhere it was called Race Driver Grid, not Grid Autosport, that is a different game, not Grid 2, that is a different game. Both of those are, I guess you'd say, sequels to this one, and both of them suck pretty bad, but this one is really good. Grid, this version, essentially, it's made by Codemasters, and essentially it is a sequel to the Toka Race Driver series. I think that's why it keeps that Race Driver name sometimes. And I loved those first 3 games. Unfortunately, I can't get any of them to work anymore. And so, I'll go with this one. Grid was released in 2008, and like I do when I introduce games to people, I like to go into the options and show you a little bit what we're dealing with, because it does provide some understanding for the gameplay. In this, 2008 wasn't that long ago. I mean, 10 years, holy shit, but still, not that long ago. You got 1920 by 1080. 60 refresh rate, 8x multi-sampling, vertical sync on because I do have a 60 hertz monitor. I know I want to get a 144. I keep seeing that those things are amazing, unless I'm just being sold those. I don't know. For graphics settings, you can change headlights, wind, shadows, particles, mirrors, crowd, ground cover, vehicle drivers, vehicle LOD, trees, reflections, motion blur, skid marks, cloth. Actually, yeah, let's leave motion blur on. Damage level, and that's about it. The best thing about this being an older game is that I can just max out everything. It did take me some goofing around trying to get it to even run. I reinstalled it thinking that was the issue. You know, I verified the integrity of the game cache or the files. But what I had to do is I had to go into a file in the game folder, change some memory restrictions so I could get it to 1920 by 1080, and I also had to update and place a DLL file into the folder that also houses the exe, and then it worked. So we'll give it a go here today. We can take a look at some of the driving options. You have driving assists. I have that all off. You have controls. As you can see, I programmed in the Thrustmaster TMX. And like I said before, I actually use the SATA side panel as a handbrake. That little joystick. All you got to do is just reach over and pull it down a little bit. And boom, you can slide. It does recognize the paddles on the back for both the Thrustmaster and the Logitech G29, because I used to use that all the time. It does recognize the shifter for both, if you have the add-on shifter for the Thrustmaster or if you have the add-on for the G29. I'm sure the G27 and stuff like that is the same. I max out the force feedback just because it's more fun that way. And for advanced settings, you have all your dead zones. And then the interesting one I might have to play around with is the steering linearity. Basically, here down below it says, increase linearity if you are finding it too difficult to hold the car in a straight line. The one thing I've mentioned about Grid in other videos is it does have kind of a rubber banding effect. Like, your car doesn't stay, it doesn't always want to stay where you hold the wheel. It's like you kind of got to fight it. It's really, really fucky if you go from like Dirt, which is another Codemasters game. If you go from one of the Dirt games to Grid or vice versa, you go back and forth, because you will find yourself going all over the track unless you do some practice stuff first. You can do a screen setup where you have lap times, race positions, minimap dials, and your speed unit. I keep all of that off. As I keep saying about myself, I love just plain racing, being in the first person, having as limited heads-up display as I can. Some games, it's a little bit more difficult just because, you need to know where your health is at, or, if I'm playing Fallout, I need to know my health or anything like that. So you kind of have to have it up. As you can see here on the main screen, there was a multiplayer option. I don't know if this is functional anymore. I'm not even going to try it unless I were to get somebody else to try the game with me. Race day, which is basically where you can set up your own custom race there. If I skip through a bunch of stuff, you can do like, Pro Tune. You can select your location and route, the amount of laps you do up to... Oh, wow. Oops. I went past it. What's the max here? 50. Okay, you can do 50 laps. And you can select your livery, which, once you get a custom livery made up, you can do that as well. So if I go into the grid world, we don't yet have a car of our own, or we do. You see it in the background over there. But we have to do some races for other companies so we can build up enough money to fix that car up.
License, you need to finish the race. You're in the Viper for this one, and with an 8.5-liter 500 brake horse V10 under the hood, this car doesn't do subtle.
The first thing it does is awkwardly throw us into a race, which is one reason why I always make it a point to go into settings first. I've known people in the past that when they start a game, they just jump right into a game, and it's like, then they sit there going, well, what's my controls? Why is this weird? Why is that weird? It's like, dude, check all that out ahead of time, and you'll be a lot happier. I'm not doing so hot. I'm out of practice with this game, as I said, but I did do a practice race before, but that was in a different vehicle.
Going up the hill and try to stay out of trouble. The turn coming up is kind of treacherous. Brake early and brake hard, or you'll smash into the barrier.
Is this one to the right or left? Oh, it's to the right. Shit. And I hit him instead. I'm not the cleanest driver in the world. I don't try to drive dirty, but... You take it easy over these bumps. And once again, Grid does not have you...
Ease into the next corner. It's a killer for a beginner.
Grid does not have you push down a clutch to shift, so it's another one of those where you might feel a little bit disconnected from the game itself.
Just a couple of corners to go. Don't do anything stupid.
And if I didn't say so already, as you can see, it does offer track IR support. And there I just did something stupid. Fuck. I didn't hit the brake as much as I should have. Let's keep him off my back.
Got the win. about you at first, kid, but that was some great driving.
I had some doubts about me the whole time. Once you are done with the race, it jumps right into a replay for you. And you can, I don't know, take nice screenshots or do this or that or the other thing. I usually just escape past it unless there's something super epic that I really want to watch again. And then from there, we can continue. As you can see, I'm on the top. Put in my real name. I know I was kind of debating whether or not I throw that information on the internet. But I thought about it, and our team is going to be Schu Racing, so I figured I better have my name up there. Plus, I don't like the nicknames that they have. I'll show you that in a minute.
Finishing the qualifier in San Francisco has earned you a rookie license in all 3 regions. It's a good start, but higher licenses won't come so easy, and we need them to start earning real money. You can earn higher licenses by increasing your reputation.
There, so here's our licenses in each group. You can see we got American, Euro, and then Japanese. Oh, the Japanese
Hello, Jacob.
races.
I'm your new business manager. I'll take care of the money, you take care of the driving. This garage isn't much, but it'll become your second home. I've got a great deal on a car for you, but it's going to need some work before you can race it. We're going to need about 80 grand. You'll be driving for other teams at first. Win some races for them, and we'll have enough cash to start our own team. I've invested a lot in you. Don't let me down. Driving for other teams is a great way to earn money quickly. You get a fixed amount for each race, plus bonuses for exceeding expectations. Problem is, it doesn't help increase your reputation as much as racing for your own team.
Okay, so we have options here. We can do, I do believe this will be American, this will be European, and this will be Japanese. I'm pretty sure about that. About 75% sure about that. Typically what I do, just to get through this portion as quickly as possible, is I pick the one that's going to give me the most money just on appearance. But also, I try to balance that out with reputation, because once I do one of these in the American sector, it is going to reduce the amount of reputation I can get for the next one. So we'll try to balance all that out. I'll go ahead and select this Hudson Tech. You can see then it shows us what our car is. You get a Chevrolet Lacetti. I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I get that wrong. I'm not cool on Chevy that much. And the event is Touring Cars Quick Shift DC Challenge in Washington, and it's the park circuit. You can see the map down there in the lower right.
This screen allows you to set the difficulty level for each event, which will boost the reputation you can earn.
Okay, if we take a look up here, we do have some options. I got the difficulty was on extreme for the last one. Pro mode I turn on, which means in pro mode you won't be able to restart a race from the pause menu. We will have to just go with what it is. And lock to head camera, I turn that on. You'll notice you get a little bit more reputation points when you change these options around. So the most difficult thing you can do is extreme difficulty, pro mode, and lock to head camera. Since this game does allow for track IR support, which is pretty cool, then we can go ahead and lock to camera. Stay in that cockpit view.
We're driving for Hudson Tech. This team is looking for a top 5 finish. There's a bonus in it for us if you can do that. The top 5 finish in this race will earn you the bonus objective.
I will say I'm definitely better at some cars than I am at others, and this is one where I might not be the greatest, especially when these guys all crash into each other and I shift into a gear that I shouldn't have been in yet. Whee! Bouncing around quite a bit here.
Someone spun out. It's Tyrell Keith.
Oops, I'm gonna hop the curb. Didn't mean to do that. A little bit of dirty racing there. Kind of cutting the corners. Oh, damn. I don't know the gearing on this. It's like... the gearing is like too fast. There we go.
You're looking at a 2-second gap for 3rd place.
Holy crap, this is fast. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. They actually do have 6 gears for this car, so that's something new, too. Oh, shit. Oh, good, you messed up. Ah, so did I. They are not going to be happy with how I'm damaging their car. It's so weird. I got...
Okay, you're coming up on your last lap.
I've got a monitor on a stand. So a big clamp stand being held on my desk. I got the wheel clamped to the desk, and when the wheel shakes the desk, it shakes my track IR, so then sometimes, oh shit, I got busy talking. So then sometimes you'll see my head bouncing around, even though I'm not actually bouncing my head around. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I love having, in this game, the force feedback up all the way so I can feel stupid bumps like that. I am doing so shitty. And you see there, the cars do like to bounce back to the middle.
Keep up the great driving.
Well, I think that gave me the bonus. So lucky for us. If we really wanted to see how bad I did, we could sit here and watch this crap. But I don't think I did too hot, so I'm going to back out of it. There we go. We got 5th place. It gives us the bonus. We can go ahead and hit enter to get on to the next. Take a look. Here it shows us our updates. Offer update is called, I guess. Shows you the payment and then your bonus objective. Once you start getting sponsorships and everything else, there's like 5-10 different tiles on this screen, so it's pretty cool. I do like all the animations and menu things in this game. I think it's just so addictive. There we have it. See now, if we were to do another American race, you can see that our reputation would be much lower than before. And we still have these 2 options, which now have a higher reputation. So if I go ahead and jump in the European race here, it looks like it's the Le Mans Series GT2 Drama Grand Prix Circuit. I hope I'm saying all of that correctly. We are in the Porsche 911 GT3 RSR, which has a C grade, fortunately. Huge, well, not huge, but pretty good top speed. The grip is a little bit scary there, but the brakes look good, so we might have a chance. And once again, I'm going to keep all this off so I can get the maximum amount of reputation.
Cars in Le Mans Series races are split into 4 separate classes. Just worry about beating the cars in your class.
Oops, I better shift up, huh? I hate this fucking turn. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to go around. I really hope Wreckfest gets track IR support. That would make that game so much sweeter. Being able to kind of eyeball the corners makes it so much easier to do these curves.
You're third in your class. Well done.
It is quite difficult when you're stuck. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It looks like a driver has spun out. That looks like Johnny Kane.
I always find it much more difficult when you are stuck in the first-person view and you're only staring forward. My gosh, the spotter does not shut up. Keeps cutting me off. Oh yeah? Fucking think so? Here's where I have a hard time. That's right. I did it wrong again. Fuck. I'm a racing game fan. I won't say I'm a professional in any regards. As you can see from my performance here today, there's quite a bit that I lack. Some of it could be down to just the settings, like for this wheel. Right now I have it so that the game 100% dictates what the wheel does, and I might want to change that. Sometimes I like it better if I can set the custom return spring settings and whatnot. They are fighting hard behind me here, boys and girls. Boys and girls. Whoa, that was fucked. That would have been a transmission right there, I think. I did it not that great again. That is a hard sequence of turns for me. I'll tell you right now, probably my best car is the muscle car. That's the one that I have. Oh, fuck. No! The muscle cars, I probably have the best amount of control with those. And it looks like we're not going to finish first this time around. Ooh, 14th. What does that mean for the fact that it's Le Mans? How many are out there in front of us? I don't remember. So it looks like as far as GT2 goes, we got 4th place? 5th place? Yeah, 5th place. And yeah, that wasn't all that good. We probably would have had 3rd if I had not screwed up, but I screwed up. We did not get our bonus objective this time, unfortunately. Go ahead and continue there. We are getting up there towards our goal of that $80,000. And now, I'm going to do probably the hardest damn thing to do in this game. And that is the Japanese races. Oh, these things are a bitch. First of all, you're on the opposite side of the car, which I'm from the United States. we drive on the left side of the vehicle, and you drive then on the right side of the road. And when you get into this and everything's backwards, like, just the view of all of it can get confusing. Okay, so we are at Yokohama, Docks Route B2. It is the Pro-Tuned June Street Series, and the car is the Nissan 350Z. Has some pretty good acceleration, although overall the thing gets a D because the grip apparently, well, pretty much everything is just in the middle. But we will go with that. And once again, we are going to keep all this stuff off, and I'm just going to die.
You must have done something right to get noticed by Top Secret, and they'll pay you extra if you beat Toyo Team Hurricane today.
Now, there was one time where I tried this, and I put the shifter actually on the left-hand side of my wheel, and that was even worse. To try to get used to that. I need to get some separation, otherwise God damn it. These tracks are so damn tight. I don't think I've really gotten into third gear. Maybe I should just be staying in third more often. Oh, a little too much gas. I think I'm in last place, which is not surprising. I'm just gonna wait for people to crash.
Okay, you're now in 11th.
11th out of what? I don't think I'm gonna hit the bonus objective, that's for sure. Ah, I forgot that goes all the way around. There was a time in the past where I did keep at least the map up for tracks like this, but I was like, you know what? Nah. Just gonna leave everything off, drive by sight. One time I did get really good at this track, believe it or not. God dang it. I keep giving it too much gas here. And spinning out. That was a better turn.
This is your final lap.
See there? A little too much gas. Oh, fuck! Ah, and then they gotta go and put a truck in my way. Now, who planned this track? This is like...
Yamaguchi out in front of us.
Yeah, well, I'm not catching up to anybody, dude. So you can kiss that drink goodbye.
Okay, Jacob. Your car got a little banged up, but it's nothing serious.
Well, you can really see with this one where my specialty lies, and it is not in the Japanese races, that's for sure. Fastest lap, 105.19. Let's see how bad that stacks up compared to everybody else. Oh, it doesn't show us. I did get last place, 325.98. I wish that would show me the best lap times, but it doesn't. And this is why I usually pay big attention to the amount of payment I get just for completing an event rather than the bonus. Because there's no guarantee I'm going to hit that objective. Not at all. Okay, so we didn't get any offer awards or team win bonus. We did get a flashback bonus because we did not hit the flashback at all. Cash required. We still have 38,000 left. You know what? I'm going to go this O'Brien Motorsports race. I'll do one more race here today. I think we're at about the 30-minute mark, or at least my timer is. So I'll do one more race here in the O'Brien Motorsports event. This is the Pro Muscle eBay Motors Muscle Cup San Francisco Short Circuit. And we get to drive the Mustang GTR Concept, which also gets a C grade. However, if you take a look, it has a decent top speed and decent grip. So I am a little bit better at the muscle and pro muscle cars.
You came up short in the last two events. How about trying an easier level?
No, how about you shut up?
O'Brien Motorsport reckons that the car is good enough for a podium finish. Give it your best shot. You'll need a podium finish in this race in order to earn the bonus objective.
These cars are a little bit slower. Usually have a little bit better handling. And acceleration is a little slower than some others. So I usually do have much better. Oh, wow. I was in the wrong gear. I usually do have much better chances in these races here. Especially if they all bash into each other and slow each other down.
Charlie Tyler.
Oops, got to avoid that.
Okay, you've taken over 6th place.
Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I'm still getting used to the Thrustmaster shifter, simply because it has 6 gears and it has 8 gear slots, and so you got a lot more room to play with between them, and the positioning of the shifter.
You just beat the current lap record. Way to go.
Holy shit! Dude, he lost it big
Right
time.
now, there are 5 seconds between you and a podium finish.
I'm probably shifting too much. Like, you probably wouldn't shift right in the middle of a straightaway like that. Or, like, right before some of these turns like I've been doing. I do know in some racing games, and a lot of times in here, too. You son of a bitch! God, I couldn't avoid you. Right in the middle, I couldn't go in, I couldn't go out. Fuck me. Again? Cool. And I feel like I'm high in 3rd gear, and then I shift up to 4th, and I feel like it drops way too far. I'm slowing down too much for that turn. Ah, didn't mean to do that. Well, I meant to, but I didn't need to. See, like that. Would you really shift right there? I don't think so. think this is the last lap here. Pretty sure it is.
Okay, you're
Nope.
coming up on your last lap.
God, I was watching you, and then I... Son of a bitch. I got to looking at what he did, and then I didn't plan that route very well. Now I gotta catch up again. Son of a... God damn. Oops, locked my brakes. I have yet to try that... Oh, fuck. I have yet to try the brake mod that comes with these pedals.
Someone spun out. Whoa! I think it's Paul Collins. Your car got a little banged up, but it's nothing serious.
Fuck it. You guys bashed at me, I'm gonna bash at you. Well, there's no rearview mirror in this car. I just realized that. 8th place. Gosh dang it. What a shit show. What a fuck. Alright, 8th place. We were back 16 seconds. This probably would go a little bit better for us, but I don't want to drop the difficulty level down. I want to keep that nice challenge. It'll get better when I get more used to the game again. But as for right now, it is what it is. As I was stating before, if we take a look at the options, you get this My Profile. And I put in my real name, I guess, because they have audio names. They got male, female, and if you take a look, they're all the way around here. Huge list where the announcers can actually say your name, which is always kind of cool. I like that customization. And then there's nicknames. So I was going to put in Schubert, but if you take a look, these nicknames kind of suck. It's like Ace, Boss, Boss Man, Bozo, Chief, Colonel. Almost said Colonel. Crash, Daredevil, all these. It's like there's not a good one in here. And it's just kind of annoying. So I always say, you know what? I'll put in my real name and keep it at that. Which I should have done in Fallout. Also, should have put my real name in, so you could have said. So I could have had Codsworth saying my name. Say my name, say my name. And with that, I will say that is Grid. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff going on. Anyways, I'll bid you adieu. Have a happy Racing Wednesday. And tomorrow I will be doing a Throwback Thursday episode where we will check out one of the oldest sports games I own. Well, actually, the oldest sports game I own, I think. Yeah, it predates just about everything. So, see ya tomorrow. I don't know how to do an outro, I'll be honest. Take it easy.